What's up guys, it's Eli and welcome back to the channel for another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to EQ a track in your mix. So there's a lot of videos going around on YouTube talking about how to EQ a track. While a lot of them do have a lot of good information and you should be taking those videos into consideration, there's also a lot of videos that are spreading misinformation. Before we jump into the computer and start looking at some of my EQ curves, there's a couple things that you need to get right on the recording process to make sure that the mixing process is a lot easier for you in the end. Without those things being done right in the front end, it doesn't matter what your EQ curve looks like. Your track is going to be trash. First of all is the room that you're recording in. Make sure that it is a treated room. You want to make sure that you have acoustic treatment in your wall before you start recording in that room. You don't want to be fighting against the room effects that your microphone is going to pick up when you're mixing. It's going to be a losing battle. You don't want that, right? That's the first thing that you need to get done right. The second thing is your mic placement. Where you place your mic in the room when you're recording matters. You want to stay away from the corners and you want to stay off of the wall. The bass practically lives in the corner, so you want to avoid the corner at all costs. In the end, your track is going to end up sounding very muddy, very boomy, and it's going to be hard to try to get rid of all that low end that is being recorded on your track. So unless you intend to have that sound, avoid recording in the corner. And next, you want to stay away from the wall, especially if your room is not treated. You don't want that first reflection to be bouncing right into the microphone as you're recording. So stay away from the wall, and mixing is going to be a lot easier for you. And lastly, even with good acoustic treatment in your room, your typical bedroom is not intended to be a recording studio. So the more you can isolate the microphone in the room, the better your recording is going to come out in the end. So you want to make sure you have something like a isolation shield or maybe the Chaotica eyeball. Even though that is a little bit too expensive for what I think it does, I wouldn't personally recommend it, but anything similar to that should do just fine. I grabbed something off of Amazon for like $40 and I think it works amazing. I don't even remember what it's called, but it works wonders in my room. Even though I can get some great recordings in this room without any isolation shield around the microphone because of my acoustic treatment, I still think it was necessary to add that to my chain because it does help the recording come out a lot cleaner. So with these things done properly, having acoustic treatment, isolating your microphone from the room, and staying off the wall and staying off the corner, adding that to a proper gain staging is guaranteed to give you a good recording that's going to make your mixing process a lot easier. Assuming all of that is done properly, now it's time to start mixing. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to drop a like and comment down below to show your support to the channel. And if you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more videos like this. And make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video so I can tell you how you can help support the channel to help us bring more videos like this. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, so this song that we're about to use on this example is a song that is already mixed and mastered and ready for release. It should be coming out very soon, and I should have the link down in the description. Be sure to check it out and let me know what you guys think of the final mix. So jumping right into it, I'm going to play a sample of the mix for you guys, and then I'm going to show you what my mixing decision was like when it comes to EQing the vocals in this mix. So first of all, I did not do all of my EQ moves all at once. I made sure to use different EQs at different times to do different effects. All right, so let's take a listen at this mix and see what it sounds like, and then I'm going to break down what I did. And I'm going to bring in and out those EQs so you guys can see what they are actually doing. All right, so let's take a listen to the mix. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah. Some money and I lost some money and I lost some money. All right, so the first EQ I'm using in this chain is Infinity EQ by Slate Digital. Right? And for that, I'm rolling off everything that is below 160 hertz because I didn't think that was necessary for this mix. So I am rolling all that off. Not needed, gone. That's it. Right. So my EQ move is actually sitting at 163 hertz. That's where I felt like it was a good spot to roll the low ends off on this mix. And again, there's nothing actually below that, so it wasn't really necessary. All right. And the next move is I'm doing a cut, and that cut is about 1 decibels at 610 hertz. There I felt like it was a little bit boxy, and I didn't really need that in the mix, so I'm just removing that. Again, I'm just doing a 1 decibel cut there, so nothing major. That's that. Let's bring in the mix, and then I'm gonna take it out and show you guys what that actually sounds like. All right.
I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah, yeah.
All right. So while it was very subtle, I thought it made actually a huge difference when I took it out and brought it back in. All right. So when I took it out, I felt like the mix got a lot muddier. But when I brought it back in, the clarity just kind of poked its head out, and it was like, here I am. So yeah, basically that's all I was doing. And with this EQ, I'm not doing a lot more cuts than needed, and I'm not boosting with this EQ. I'm literally just removing what I don't want, and that's it. Moving on to the next EQ. All right, so the next EQ in this chain is the SSL E channel. All right, on this one, I am boosting a little bit, about 3 decibels and 10K, and I'm also boosting about 3 decibels again at 3K, and then again 3 decibels at 1.5K. All right, that is me basically adding what I thought sounded good to this vocal and just enhancing it. Right. I'm not doing any cuts with this EQ at all. I'm just boosting what I thought needed to be boosted. Yeah, let's take a listen and see what that sounds like. Oh, also on this EQ, since I'm also doing compression with this EQ, I'm not gonna bypass the entire plugin. I'm just gonna bring in and out the EQ so you guys can see what it's doing to this track. All right, let's go.
I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah, yeah.
All right, so for this EQ moves, I feel like when I took it out, I felt like all the clarity was gone. Basically, this EQ is adding life to the mix, right? It's adding life to the vocals. Again, when I took it out, I felt like all the clarity was gone and it sounded very dull. And when I brought it back in, all the clarity came back, right? So that is basically all that I'm doing for this specific track itself. Everything else moving forward is more of a global decision that affects more than just that track. The next EQ that I'm using that affects this track is on the leads, right? So I have the hook lead, and then I have the actual verse leads, and all of that is routed to a main lead bus. And there I'm doing more of a global lead EQ move, and that's the next thing in the chain. So let's get right into that. All right, so on my leads, I'm using the Pultec Legacy to do the EQ move, and all I'm doing with this EQ is basically I'm boosting up at 10K, and this is probably going to be the most drastic EQ move that I'm doing that affects the vocals. All right, so where I've been boosting at up to about 3 decibels and cutting at about 1 decibel for the vocals. On this one, I'm boosting up to 4 decibels. All right, so that's a drastic boost for the vocals here. And also attenuating at 20 hertz, about 1 decibel. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's bring it in and out and see what it does to the leads.
I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah.
All right. Again, this is not doing such a drastic change to the vocal. It's mainly just adding to what's already there. All right. So the clarity was already there, but adding this in just makes it that much brighter. But the key is it's not making it harsh. It's not making it like annoyingly piercing. It's just making it brighter. So it's pleasant and it's bright. It's not sharp and it's not piercing. That was the intention here. Right. So I'm not adding anything else to the lower end or anything like that. Yeah, that's basically it. And then lastly, that's affecting the vocals directly is on my master vocals bus. So I have the leads bus, and then I have the master vocals bus. On the master vocals bus, I have every vocal routed to there. So in this case, it's just a single artist on this track. I have the leads where we have the hooks, and then we have the actual verses. And then we had ad libs and we had stabs, and all of that is routed to the master bus. And even some of the vocal effects like the reverbs and delays are also routed to the master bus. Anything that is vocal related is routed to the master vocals bus. And for that, I'm doing a little bit of processing there as well. Not too much, just a little bit, but it does affect how the vocal sounds together. So let's go over that real quick. All right, so on my master vocal bus, all I'm using is the SSL E channel again. And there I'm doing a little bit of a boost at about 1.5K. Again, something that I thought it was needed. And I'm only doing about 3 decibels of that. And then I'm cutting about, I want to say about 1.5 decibels at 200 and looks like 250. Right. So again, there, just slight boosting and cutting there, nothing major, and let's see what it sounds like.
I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some money and I lost some money and I lost some money.
All right, again, the intention behind this EQ wasn't to make any drastic changes to the vocals. It was mostly to just add a little bit on top with all the vocals in, right? We had the ad libs, we had the stabs, we had all the vocals routed to that same bus, and just wanted to add just a little bit on the top. And with everything added onto that same track, I felt like the vocals needed to have a little bit removed at around the 250 hertz, and that's what I did there. And again, you can see the EQ moves are very simple, nothing major, nothing drastic, and that's the key. The key is not to do anything drastic with one specific EQ, is to gradually just add a little bit until you get to the main sound that you're looking for, right? So that's pretty much it when it comes to the vocals, but I do have one more EQ in this chain that is affecting everything, and that is my mix bus EQ. So let's see what that's doing, and let's see how it affects the entire mix. All right, so the last EQ we have in the chain is the Pultec again by Universal Audio. What I'm doing there again, I'm boosting at about 10K. I'm boosting about 2.5 decibels, and I'm not attenuating at the top. And I'm also at 30K. I am boosting about 3 decibels, and there I am attenuating about 2 decibels. Yeah, so let's bring that in and out and see what it does to the mix.
I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. When I get back to my city, trust, I gotta bring home the Grammy, yeah. I lost some money and I lost some homies and now it's R.I.P. I left my city to go get that money and now it's all on me. My eyes on the prize, I can't look back, that's all I can see, yeah.
All right, so this was the Master Bus EQ, and the intention for this EQ was basically to do the same thing that I was doing for the Master Bus on the vocals, but this case was more on a global setting to where it was including the vocals, the drums, the instrumental, everything was included in this EQ. And as you could hear, when I brought it in, it brought clarity to the entire mix, and when I took it out, the mix sounded dull. Right, so that was the idea, was basically to just add a little bit to bring accent to what I thought was already there but sounded good, and they just needed that little bit of a push. That's what this EQ was doing, and this is pretty much it. What did you guys think? Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see next. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, show support to the channel, and if you're new, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification for more videos like this. All right. In order for me to bring you guys more videos like this, I do need a little bit of help. I'm not asking you to donate any type of money, but here's how you can help support the channel. I am an Amazon affiliate, and I'm going to have my link down in the description. Make sure to use that link when you need to make any purchase on Amazon, whether it was for musical equipment or if it was for anything that is on your everyday life. And it's not going to cost you anything extra, but I will get a small percentage of what you spend, and I can reinvest that back into this channel to bring more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.